back to Jeff Koinange live here at Citizen Television. On the bench on this Mashujaa Day, COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli, a man of many predictions. Some of them turn out to be right, some of them flatly wrong. Like
Never,
BBI.
I've never
BBI,
said.
you said would fly.
But it was not subjected for election.
BBI is dead.
It will never be dead. How are you saying dead?
What are you
The proponents of BBI, we are alive. Are we dead?
You're not dead, but BBI is dead. Reggae stopped then.
2017, May Day, I said that we must revisit our constitution. Because this issue of one winner, or whoever wins takes it all, it is hurting us. After every 5 years, we are fighting. This can't continue. And I was only one. Never or little did I know it will become a national issue. So it is not dead. Yeah.
Are you saying it will come back in some form?
Yeah, not in some, in the whole form.
Come on. No. How? It's too late. First of all, the timelines between now and elections, forget.
Yeah, but not during this. It might not be now. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be during this current government or whatever. But how many months are we remaining?
About 9.
Yes. Well, 9 months? I was here 9 months ago, and I'm here. I will come back here after elections, and I will be asking you, what did I tell you?
A lot can happen in 9 months. SG, you were at the Mashujaa Day celebrations today. How was it? How was the mood?
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
Explain. How was the body language between the president and his deputy?
No, you shouldn't be asking that because that is obvious. You know President Uhuru Kenyatta, unlike his father, he doesn't talk. But he's a very intelligent guy. You hear him on your own body. Yeah? Yeah. You can't see him talking, oh, Jeff is this, or what is this Jeff saying, and so on. He's a quiet fellow. But you will feel him. Huh? You will feel his punch somewhere on your body. And he can disarm you, can deceive you. Oh, Jeff, how are you? He can laugh with you. So for President Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't believe in the body language. Yeah. He can disarm you very easily. But then after you have talked to him, you will feel his punch somewhere. Say, it's really the one who has hit me. That is President Uhuru Kenyatta. He doesn't talk.
No.
Yeah.
What about between the deputy president and the former prime minister, Raila Odinga? What was that body language?
No, they greeted one another. But in public, you know, in such a public function, everybody applies public relations. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that Kenyans know these are competitors. President Uhuru is an outgoing president. These are the problems this country is facing. Nobody doesn't know our political problems here.
You're the same person who said the president was too young to retire. Now you're saying he's retiring, you see?
If he retires and he appoints you in a position, has he gone home? If he says he does lobbying, he says, okay, me, I'm going home. What you would have given me, give it to Jeff Koinange. Would have he retired, he would be still around.
So what are you saying? Is he going home?
Of course, constitutionally he would be going home. But he's still a very young man. He can go home for 5 years, 10 years, and come back.
I asked you the question right before the break, if the election were held today, who would win? You told me sit down. I'm sitting.
Let me take you through our political memory line. Prior to independence, I was a young boy. I saw that day when Kenyans were very happy, joyous, because we had attained independence in 1963. And prior to that, you know, a lot of things happened. We had Kapenguria 6. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta included among the 6. We went on. Mzee was detained, he was released. Those people who constituted COTU were there, received him at that particular time. CAN was formed, COTU was formed. COTU was almost everywhere in the Republic of Kenya. And Jaramogi, the father of Raila and Mount Kenya, decided to have a joint political move between him and Mount Kenya through President Jomo Kenyatta. And when he was asked prior to that whether he was ready to form a government, he said no, until when Mzee comes out.
He said not yet Uhuru.
Not, that was after. And then the two mobilized Kenyans against the people we thought they were majority. Because we in Western Kenya, the whole Rift Valley, people like Murgo, the late President Daniel Arap Moi, Ronald Ngala, and the good part of Rift Valley were all in COTU. COTU had a soft spot from the colonial government, those people who are going out. The COTU advocated for current devolution of Majimbo. Those in COTU could not win the elections when the two came together.
What's your point?
So I'm coming, and then recently, I'm just trying to tell you what happened. After CAN won elections, 3 years or 4 years later, Jaramogi and Mzee Kenyatta, they disagreed. Badly. Jaramogi came up with his political party known as Kenya People's Union with Bildad Kagia. Completely disagreed. But as a principled person, he resigned. The same thing happened prior to us going for, immediately after the elections. We had a problem, political problem that was there 2007 and what have you. And then came in because the son of Jomo Kenyatta, who was in Kapenguria 6, Uhuru Kenyatta was in Okambo or ICC 6. There were 6, isn't it?
Yes.
After that, came together, won the case when they are 2. After 5 years, this is an open case. He disagreed with his vice president. The same way that happened to his father. Disagreed with the vice president. What is putting them together currently is the Constitution. But these are two different entities. Today at Mashujaa, I was listening to Ruto talking, praising the president. I said, this boy is really, I don't know how I can describe him. Because it was yesterday in the lab when he was saying this, the president and the former prime minister are Cornish. Today he was full of praises and so on. They disagreed. It's in the open that they are not together.
Correct, correct.
So that is exactly what happened. Okambo 6, father got into independent, they disagreed with the then vice president. This one also came in also and they disagreed. Little did we know that will be a handshake on 18th of March 2018. This handshake again is between son of the former president who did have an agreement between him and Jaramogi Odinga.
So
this one, what I'm trying to tell you is that is the same cycle of the same things happening as it were prior to independence and so on. That is why it will be more easier, and I'm telling you for now, that if elections are called today, because I heard somebody saying, it was William who said when he was at the coast, that Raila is a government project. I want to tell you here and now that maybe he doesn't know Raila. Raila went into politics at the age of 14. It is the other way around. The government can be Raila's project, but Raila cannot be a government's project. And one day I told you on this bench that Raila is a terrible organizer. To stop him, you must put some powerful mechanism in place to be able to stop him. That is to say that if there were elections today, announced today, this is what I'm telling you as Francis Atwoli. I'm not telling you as COTU Secretary General. I'm not telling you as a person who is an elder in Western Kenya. If the elections are called today, and take it from me for free, Raila will emerge a victor.
In the first round?
First round, and there will be no rerun.
Come on.
In the first round.
Come on. Look, there are critics who say the mountain has not warmed up to Raila enough.
You are new to mountain yourself. You I was brought up here in Nairobi. You are very new. You have been just right now talking about BBI. Who knew that all those county governments within the Mount Kenya area would support the BBI? All of them supported. And there was a notion that none will have to support. If BBI was subjected to a referendum, there would have been more votes from Mount Kenya more than another.
Yeah, but there were...
But let me tell you, I don't know whether you listen to me, Chuki, properly. This is why I've been putting you through the memory line. He said the mountain, if you want to talk to the mountain, you must go through the leadership of the mountain. You cannot say like what I read another day, William Samoei Ruto, and you need to have good advisors. I've said here time and again, saying that whoever wants to go to mountain must go through him. I ask myself, is he a son of Wanjiru? Is he a son of Wamboi? It is not easy to handle the mountain.
True.
Yeah, it is not easy, I'm telling you.
But you saw the reaction today, Mashujaa. You saw the reaction to Deputy President. The crowds.
Can I tell you what?
Tell me.
Did you see when Matiba came from London?
I remember.
And he became a presidential candidate. Did he win?
Well, some say he did.
Let me tell you.
Some say he
let me tell you. Sometimes people can organize themselves. Organizing yourself for a purpose or for a particular event does not translate into votes. Take it from what I'm telling you right now.
Same thing was said of Kiambaa. Same thing was said of Juja. Same thing was said of London Ward in Nakuru. Come on, UDA is a fool. You have to admit that yourself.
It's a party. We are not saying it is not a party. It's a party, but a party that will serve in the opposition. Jeff, I'm here. I'm not on transit. I'm not going to Uganda. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here. I will be buried here. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I'm here. And I'm not dying tomorrow because I'm a just man of God. Take me seriously. And I've said here and now, and I want to repeat before you, William Samoei Ruto is not going to win elections.
Why are you walking away? You said he won't win.
It's not going to win elections.
Take
it from me. And I'm here.
Okay.
And I'm on a national television.
Yes, you are.
Because if you are to win elections, if you know you want to be a president, and you are working with somebody who is ahead of you, you support this person until the end. Yeah? You don't start preparing Marima for him in order for you to win. God will not allow you. All of us, we have ascended, we have come up to where we are because we respected those who are before us. And you can get it so easily if you are humble, if you avoid chest thumping. Like today, you know, he's addressing as if he's the government. That, oh, we will be there, and I want to tell you, we will be able to protect you, to support all your projects that you started, and I can assure you your legacy and what have you. And when you are in another meeting, you are criticizing the same person who is supposed to bless you. You don't just ascend to presidency or to any small position as a cattle dip chairman just like that without the owners of the area or the owners of the cattle to bless you and say, Jeff, you are now our chairman or an elder of this small village. My friend, it is procedural.
So let me ask you this. What if we woke up and it's August?
Money is not synonymous with leadership.
Yeah,
or riches is not synonymous.
Yeah, but money talks around here, you know, and everything else walks.
There is a day we'll see money doesn't work.
Let's face it. The hustler narrative has been resonating a lot. And this bottom-up approach as well has been resonating a lot with many Kenyans.
Let me tell you, ask somebody, because I will not come here until after elections. Ask somebody in April, May next year, hustle. Young men are now questioning. I go to school, I work hard. After schooling, my father pays school fees, everybody's for me, I get support. I have excelled in my exams. I'm now a professional. Do I need to become a hustler? A hustler narrative. Does it fit in our society? Let me tell you, Jeff, the world over now is changing because of introduction of e-commerce, digital economy. And also climatical condition is forcing the world to change.
But Mashinani, let's face it, in Mashinani, UDA is popular. The deputy president is very popular. Let me tell you. It
depends Mashinani and Mashinani where. Kenya is Kenya, and Kenya's politics is pegged on ethnicity.
True.
Whether you have what type of good policies and what have you. Unless you listen to those who are before you, unless you humble yourself, unless you widely consult, unless you are advised, this is the right time to move on and so on. Let me tell you, Jeff, issue of presidency, it's not like, look, you know, like somebody who wants to become an MCA or a member of parliament. This is a nationwide campaign that somebody puts in. I'm not saying William. William is a shrewd, and I've told you, he's a shrewd politician. I have told you here and now, I'm not dismissing him. But I have told you he would have had good advisors.
Yeah, but there are some who say after the handshake that you talk about on March 9th, 2018, after the handshake, he said he felt he was left out in the cold.
Jeff, if somebody is leading, he's a leader of the government. You are in that government. And you hear he has entered into an agreement with somebody, be it an organization or something like that, or World Bank, IMF, and you don't understand the English, you didn't read the agreement, what do you do? He is the leader, what do you do? And he's your leader. And you recognize that person as your leader, unless you are not recognizing that person.
Yeah, but what if you...
What you will do, the first thing is to move closer to that person. Tell me about this agreement I'm hearing. He will narrate it to you, then ask quietly, now, how will be my position in this agreement? He will tell you, no, you are safe. Keep mum until when you realize you are not safe. But you don't react immediately and say, no, me, I'm not for this. I was not consulted. I was not, you know. And then when you reach somewhere, you find things are favoring you, or if you want now to use the same government, you say, me in this government. That is double speed one.
But Would you say the same if someone invaded your bedroom? You? Would you say the same?
How would he invade my bedroom without me knowing? Now I'm the leader of the labor movement, not only in this country. I speak for 54 African countries.
If someone invaded your bedroom without your permission,
whose permission? The bedroom is owned by President Uhuru Kenyatta, the bedroom we have in this country.
Yeah, but
it's the one that Kibaki left that big sword in his
It's a joint ticket.
Which joint ticket? You don't know about politics.
Come on.
Did William Samoei Ruto had his own ballot box?
No, but that's why it was a joint ticket. You elect one, you elect both.
Let me tell you, when President Kibaki was handing over the sword, did he hand it over to all of them? My friend, it is only that President Uhuru is a humble man, he's a young person, he doesn't want any problems, he's unlike his father, he would have spoken out. He's the political leader of Jubilee. If it were other leaders, he would have mobilized almost everybody, people coming from all counties, saying we are loyal to you, we know you, we don't want your deputy president. Kindly convene a meeting, do this and that. William Samoei Ruto would have gone a long time ago. Forget about people believing there is nothing like constitution in political leadership when people want to remove you politically.
And how do you explain people fleeing Jubilee like they are in numbers? How do you explain that? Even in this central province, province itself, in the mountain region, lots of leaders there decamping.
Let me tell you, in Kenya, people believe in the leaders. They don't believe in political parties. People are asking, where is President Uhuru Kenyatta? Those who are for him, they are still with him. Those who are worried about their positions, they are rushing to where they think they will be comfortable. And how sure are they? And he has not spoken. Political parties in Kenya are just vehicles for political leadership.
Okay, how do you explain where you were today, Kirinyaga County? The governor there saying, I will ask the people, let the people decide which way I should go. And she asked the people, and they all echoed UDA, UDA. How do you explain that?
I can tell you that was very early for her. Wait until April next year. I've told you. Because parties are still consulting, there will be movements. Even Raila himself has not launched his campaign officially. He's weighing. There are a lot of political parties which are going to join ODM. People are still conversing, working out. There will be coalitions. Some parties will be merging. Up to 3 months to the elections, there are a lot of changes which are going to happen. So you make a rational decision if you are a political leader right now. It's too early for you. You will find yourself alone. But me, I'm telling you, knowing who Raila is, and I told you on this bench that if there is a terrible organizer, and when you are with him, it's not where you are. He's organizing somewhere and he's with you. It is Raila Amolo Odinga. It's a man to watch. It's a man to watch. He's a man to watch. It's a man to watch. He is a man to watch.
What if you wake up on August the 11th or 12th and you find that your president is William Samoei Arap Ruto? What are you going to do?
Then I can't believe. Let me tell you, it's not that I can't believe. He can win an elections. But I've told you, he is not going to win this time.
How can you be so sure?
I'm sure, 100%.
Well, you're not.
If it is fair, free, elections, fair and free, and verifiable elections that you can be able to verify, William Samoei Ruto is not winning. I told you, I said 2014, when they were all still putting on red ties. I was here on this bench. Go back to your history.
Yeah, I remember.
when they were still in the same uniform.
Yes.
Could you believe that? You said no. And I'm still repeating, 2014, we are in 2021. Kichwa yangu iko matope ndani. Or there is cow dung in my head.
You're speaking like you're the deep state here.
No, nothing like to do with deep state. I'm saying fair and free.
What do you think went wrong between the two? What went wrong? Because you just mentioned it. They had the uniforms, the red ties, the white shirts, the bromance. It was all there. What went wrong?
But if you are president, you can't ask that. That was obvious. I knew they could not agree. Because if they are in a function, the owner of the function is the head of state. And your deputy is articulating the policies of the government in that meeting you are supposed to address. When as a head of state you stand up, what do you say? Madharau. And President Uhuru is good. He will laugh at you. He will say, oh yes, you are smart, my deputy, you are this. But you need to use your common sense. Where the head of state is or where your boss is, you just introduce him and you come down and sit. He would have supported William Samoei Ruto to become a president. You see, William Samoei Ruto tells Cyrus Jirongo, immediately he won elections. He says, you see, wewe Jirongo hukujipanga, nyinyi wakina Musalia Mudavadi hamkujipanga, mimi nilijipanga. Instead of bringing Cyrus Jirongo, whom he used to drive when they were at YK 92, because literally he's a driver. He says, bwana, tulikuwa pamoja, mimi Mungu amenijalia nimepata. Come and sit here. He says, wewe hukujipanga, wewe hukufa. You know, what do you think God is thinking of this person if he took over? And you people in Central Province, you must ask yourselves, in whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? Don't come to me. I have no kiosk. Me, I'm a salary guy. Lawyers and people from Western Kenya, we are used to salaries, being cooks and watchmen. But you Central people, in whose hands will you be safe? Shenzi sana. That is the question. It's not a question of bottom up. It's not a question of wheelbarrows. It's not a question of hustler. Or it's not a question of who. Ask yourself, in whose hands, if elections was carried today and your TV, your radio tells William Samoei Ruto is the head, in whose hands will you be safe?
And what's wrong with that?
In whose hands will you be safe?
What's wrong?
Because Jeff, I was with you in the US. By that time, you didn't have any properties here. I'm told you have properties here in Kenya and down in South Africa. Commercial properties. I don't have commercial properties, so I will lose nothing.
I don't have any commercial properties. It's all...
Jeff,
you're just scared of him. You're scared.
Not scary. Huh? Not scary. It's historical.
What do you mean historical? How so?
Let me tell you, Jeff, I'm not a young person. I'm not a young person. William was born in 1966, December.
That's right.
In 1966, I had finished Form 4 myself. In 1967, the following year, in June 2nd, I was employed by the then East African Post and Telecommunication Administration. When he was 6 months old. And I firstly voted in 1969. I understand political dynamism, dynamics in our country. In this country, not outside Kenya. And I can tell you for free. When I tell you, I'm telling you for free. And if it is a question of popularity, We have seen, even where people are ferried in lorries and so on, to show that so and so has support. We have seen all these things. I have seen the father of Raila, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, when he was the head of Kenya People's Union after he has broken away from KANU, after the Limuru conference. He travels in a train from Kisumu to the airport, to the railway station in Nairobi. And people are lined up on the streets up to his house in Jerusalem. The mammoths of people. And more so when he was joined by Bildad Kagia, my friend. And J.D. Kali, who was my MP in Eastlands. I saw popular people. I have seen my own political leader, the late Masinde Muliro, when he had his first KADU rally in Kakamega. Watu walipanda kwa miti. I have seen Paul Joseph Gay. In Ukambani, he did campaign. He used not to campaign. Popular. I've seen popular people. I have seen Charles Wanyoike Rubia. Popular person from Muranga. I have seen Kenneth Jindo Matiba. People who are popular. What are you telling me? What are you telling me?
Every time you get up, I get worried. You know?
And all these people did not become presidents.
What's your point?
I'm telling you that, what did you see? What has happened? They say the same things in Kiambati, what have you? Forget by-elections. Don't compare by-elections with general elections when people are prepared. And I've said, turnout this time will be mammoths. People will turn out in large numbers. After elections is when I will come on this bench to ask you, what did I tell you, Jeff?
They'll turn out in more numbers than 2017?
2022.
Yes.
There will be more.
All right. I think I better take a break before you stand up again. I'm getting a little worried.
Yeah, because you are retrogressively pushing me out when I'm telling you the truth, and I've been telling you since 2014.
Okay, I want to know about OKA. What happened to One Kenya Line? Are they still there?
No, I've told you they still have time. Because...
Let's talk about that when we come back. It looks like they've disappeared.
No.
Are you getting up? Are you going somewhere?
If you keep on asking me, obvious. The obvious.
All right. Oh, by the way, I want to know what you think about the lifting of the curfew when we come back as well. Okay. What was it, 19 months later, what do you think? What do you think? My goodness. Secretary General is on fire. I thought he was getting up and walking away for a moment there. It's getting hot in here. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLive. JKLive takes a break. We'll be back in a moment. Hopefully, the SG will still be sitting.